Let me tell you about my last adventure. I am playing the Fox Illusionist, and we're walking down the road coming upon a farm. Immediately, we get the idea that things are not right. There are sheep scattered everywhere. We can hear people calling people's names in the distance, and there's a dead cow in the field. Our demonic beast creature decides to investigate and also eat the cow, understandable. Our dogman has had a little too much at the tavern and decides to wander off into the field. Myself, being a responsible trickster illusionist, decides to go talk to the farmer, accompanied by my friend the Kenku mage, who I cannot understand because I don't speak Kenku, but don't tell the rest of the group that. I lied to them and told them I could. Oh, it's terrible, says the farmer and his wife. Our sheep have all gotten loose, something has killed our cow and has been skulking around in the woods, and also our daughter is missing. Never you fear, I say, we shall help, for money. Now lucky for us, we can see the daughter, she's right over there on the cliff. Easy. I and the Kenku mage head south toward the sheep that we can see, the daughter we have to rescue, and the wandering merchant to see if they have anything interesting for sale. Kobolds, which have been skulking around the area, decide that now that the farm is totally in disarray, it's the perfect time to attack, and so they do. Not a problem for the people on the north end of the map, they're the fighters, they can just fight them off. We on the south end of the map are in a bit of a pickle because we're spellcasters. I can't fight the kobolds. I can't even tell the Kenku to fight the kobolds because I can't talk to them. I have a stroke of genius. Every good Fox Illusionist spellcaster has a trick up their sleeve, and my particular trick is that I can swap the places of two creatures. Neither I or the Kenku or the sheep are a good match for those kobolds, but what I think is a good match is the horse. So, flim flam. And it turns out I was totally right to do that, because the horse, now jarred from being teleported and also under attack by kobolds, starts freaking out and curb stomping them. Can't really talk to the merchant though, as they have to now go rescue their horse, which randomly got teleported into combat, but it's fine, we'll get to them later. Excellent, I think to myself. I have neutralized the kobold threat. I am a genius. At this point, the little girl, who is the daughter of the farmer, has wrangled the sheep that she was trying to get and is making her way down the cliff. Awesome. She'll just go walk that sheep right into the pen, turn herself in for the reward. I'll grab this sheep, and the Kenku will do something. Probably go get that treasure. Except there's a problem with the cave. You see, the cave is haunted, or there's some kind of horrible shape-shifting monster inside of it. And it tries to lure people into the cave so that it can eat them. While passing by the cave, the girl thinks she hears another sheep inside of it and goes to rescue it, having fallen under the hypnosis of the monster inside. Not a problem, thinks I. I will simply swap places with her and the Kenku so that she is closer to the farm and away from the influence of the monster, and the sheep which she has wrangled will wander off to her. And it'll all be a slam dunk. Except it's not a slam dunk because I failed to cast the spell. And now she is further away from me than is necessary for me to walk over and bonk her on the head in order to free her from the enchantment, which is what I should have done. But as in character as I am in real life, I am simply more clever than I am actually intelligent. Kenku, do something, I scream, because he's like the only person who can intervene at this point. And he goes, yes, I will do something about that treasure. Apparently, I don't, again, speak Kenku. And he goes to go get the treasure. Now, in order to stop the girl from going into the cave and also stealing his treasure, he decides the best course of action is to cast a blinding light and flashbang all of us so that nobody can take that treasure. And I guess his train of logic was that if the girl doesn't know where the cave is, she can't walk into it. So he does and blinds the girl, and the sheep, and me. Oh, I almost forgot. The Kenku casts Berserk Rage on the merchant so that it can help its horse in combat. Those kobolds never stood a chance. So now I am totally blind, and resting precariously on the cliff, the girl has to roll to see which way she will fall. Luckily, she falls backward, off the ledge, bonks her head, and frees herself from the enchantment, instead of forward drowning in the water. Because we would not have been able to save her. The merchant is done with the combat, and walks up to me and starts demanding answers as to why stuff got flim-flammed. Luckily, as a Fox Illusionist trickster, I am a very good liar, and also have a circumstance bonus to convincing the merchant that couldn't have been me, I'm totally blind, because I am in fact totally blind. And I pass the test and they believe me, the stooge, and taking pity on my blindness, give me a potion which cures the blindness, which is fortunate because they give it to me just in time for me to see the thing that's been skulking around the edge of the map finally reveal itself after like 3 or 4 rounds. Velociraptors. which are probably what killed the cow. I do not want to fight the velociraptors. Luckily, I see that the velociraptors are drawn to the scent of the freshly slaughtered kobolds, and if we don't do anything to piss them off, they will just go eat them and we can wander back to the farm. They'll never get my treasure, screams the Kenku and fires magic missile at the velociraptors. Luckily, the closest thing to the velociraptors is the horse and the merchant, so the merchant's just having a very bad day. They swarm the merchant. Also, doubly fortunately, around this time our fighters are done with whatever they were doing on the north side of the map and have come to help us on the south side, leaping into combat and getting rid of all the velociraptors that have swarmed us. The Kenku is a genius, however, and casts Berserk Rage on the horse. And also supports combat with Magic Missile, which is fabulous because I gather up the sheep and the girl and start walking toward the farm. And the velociraptors were slain, and we rescued the girl and all the sheep, and everybody lived happily ever after, except probably the merchant, who did make it out of the combat okay. The end. And that was really fun, and the cool thing about that was that my friends and I just kind of made that scenario and all of the rules for that scenario on the fly in like 30 minutes. Once we arbitrarily decided how dice were going to work, we just used our extensive knowledge of war games and kind of an attitude toward what we wanted out of the scenario to make it happen. And it was really fun. And we decided that we're going to keep working on that and we're going to workshop like a game for it. And I think that's going to be really fun. We've always wanted to do that, and now we're finally living the dream. I'm going to play like a lot more of these scenarios, and I'll keep y'all posted. I hope you enjoyed my little story, and I'll see y'all next time.